4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. 29 got a nice jump. That's Justin Ducharme. Possibly may have snookered to number 297 off the start of Johnson, but we're going to call it clean. We're going to let him race. Mikey Hellberg puts that green flag back in its holster. So Chris Windsor, this is like try again. If I do win the compact, I'm going to go for it in the full size. We saw the 29 kind of roaming around in our compact Enduro. We already have a smoker. And I don't mean they're smoking a brisket like Chester's Barbecue. This is free bug removal, as we had said before. That is Ray Jacobs that is trailing some salt out in the back. But like you mentioned, with our leader, 1776, Chris Windsor, he told me in his interview that the car did start to shut down in the compact. He didn't break a sweat, though. He's going 125 laps, and it just seems like another Now, the 297, that has to be part of Team Adam Gray, because I see Meadows Motor Car on the side of it, and that is Adam's sponsor on his 97 late model, and he gets by the 29. Anything with Adam's involvement has to be fast. You don't win multiple championships in late model on accident. Well, there's quite a battle between Adam and his son Jacob. If Jacob wins on Monday nights in the Alpine Cards, Dad certainly hears about it. Oh man, like you said though, Adam is one of those guys never too good for anything. He'll always out in a race car. As long as he can put it laps. He definitely will race in anything. So the 3X, and just as I mentioned him, he dirt tracks it like he was at Lebanon Valley or Fonda. I never got out to Fonda. Fonda is just about an hour away from my place, and fantastic racetrack. That's the home of the Firecracker 50 Stuart Friesen dominated a few weeks ago. Well, the 3 is giving up the ghost. Unfortunately, that's the 13, is it not? I think that's Ray Jacobs, yeah, 13. Regardless, Ray Jacobs' car has decided to exit the venue early, and I'm sure that's not to his approval. Great race for the lead, though. Our top 3 have separated themselves. There they comes at turns 1 and 2 down the back straight. Once again, lap traffic is a factor, but if he can do it again, Windsor was pulling all sorts of Houdini magic through lap traffic that last feature in the compacts. Looking to do the same here with a little less traffic around. Yeah, I think the bonuses he has is that he does have a lot less traffic to worry about. We're going to check in with the 29 of Justin Ducharme. He's just about gotten to the rear bumper of the 297 in turn number 1, but everybody's kind of like staying an arm's length away. It's still, what are we, 7, 8 laps in. 42 go time, I don't think, for these guys is really going to hit till we see about 10 laps left in this event. And folks, you may not believe it, but any race on the racetrack, especially here on asphalt, there is always strategy involved. How much car do you use up front? Do you try and save some tires? Do you try and just pressure the guy the guy behind you? Do you try and fake him out, just like you see Ducharme takes a head fake to the inside, but falls right back in line? I saw something go flying off one of the cars. So there's debris in the turn 1 area. And then you don't know, something can come off one of the cars, you can pick it up and flatten out a tire, perhaps a nut or a bolt comes off and you hit it just right, and that causes a cut in your tire. And the Meadows Motor Car, number 297, did I see a little bit of a slide going through 1 and 2? It was assisted there from Justin Ducharme. He was up under the back of the car and jacked up, and there's a change for a second. Ducharme not wasting any time. Will try and make quick work of Windsor, but no surrender yet from Wesley Johnson on the outside. They draw even as they go to 1 and 2. So unlike a hockey assist, this was a different kind of assist by Justin Ducharme. Strong runner on the outside, though. Check out Johnson around the outside, trying to once again prevail. And right now, your leader Windsor is loving it. Says, you guys go ahead. I'll pace this field with 38 to go. If he looks in that rearview mirror, he's got to be overjoyed that the two of them want to fight it out. But the 297 has gotten broken free. Wesley Johnson. At this point, Johnson definitely has the run on it too, but it looks like he can't quite net. It has to squeeze out of it right on the exit. That allows Windsor to still stay a length and a half in front. Well, you don't know. Could he take a different line going into the corners? Maybe change it up just a little bit. Now there, and we got a battle for the lead because Garrett, the lap car, played a little bit of a factor. Johnson got there, but then Windsor said, oh, see you later, alligator. I'm taking off.
Windsor once again working his magic there through traffic. He used him as a pick going 3 wide and did not lose an iota of ground. At this point, we still have Windsor out in front trying to back up his second place run for the compacts with a win in the full size, but Wesley Johnson absolutely has the speed off of turn number 2. They still have Ducharme working back there in third position.
And then some of our other coming in fourth, because we haven't mentioned them. We have the 10CT, that is Mitch Bombard. Our pace car driver has come in. We're waiting for the official grade on Anthony Frino that we got for driving the pace car all day.
We have to wonder, going back to Wesley Johnson taking that high side, do you wonder if Anthony Farino may have given him some advice before this feature started, that diamond in that high line off of turn 2? Farino gives us a little...
Yeah, he said, I wouldn't tell these guys anything.
Farino put in a long day's work in the pace car. Thank you, Anthony, for your contributions, and awesome run last night, and we hope to see you move further up the grid, and maybe next time we'll interview on the front street in the SJ Modifieds.
The 297 is closed in again, so Wesley Johnson not going away, still being like one of those flies that, keeps flying around, bothering you. Sooner or later, you're going to have to give him a smack and get him away. So Wesley not giving up in the duel with Chris Windsor. Ducharme has fallen off the pace just a little as they ramble across the stripe. 32 laps to go.
Wes Johnson resembling a bad rash right now. You just can't get rid of him right now. I'm sure that Chris Windsor is reaching for the ointment, and it's not going for any avail right now. We have 18 and 32 to go. No surrender up front. Still have that lead battle of Windsor in the 1776, Johnson in the 297, and Ducharme in the 29.
Yeah, those three guys have really just taken off. Oh, here we go. Ducharme, just as I say, Ducharme was kind of out.
Oh, he kind of used the other one into one.
It's like the Sopranos movie. I was out, and then I got dragged back in again. And that's Justin Ducharme, who's trying to drag the 297 back into the fray and making a 3-car tussle for the trophy with 30 to go.
You just have to wonder, Dave. I'm watching this as the 1776. It looks like he's just driving as hard as he needs to stay out front. Strategy play once again here for Windsor, but he can't play around too much. Somebody gets that run off of turn number 2, and he might be mincemeat.
Well, we saw just a couple of laps ago, the 297 had gotten right to the rear quarter panel, Wesley Johnson, and then all of a sudden Chris Windsor just stepped on the gas, or perhaps he had a Red Bull, and took off down the backstretch and shuffled him back.
A little loose on turn number 2. You saw just a lap ago, that was Justin Ducharme getting loose on the apron in 3 and 4, so they have spaced out just a little bit, but Johnson took a shot to the inside, couldn't quite get the bite off the bottom of 2. They just slippery down there, Dave.
It certainly is. On a hot day, the track gets slick. These tires, I don't know how, it's not like the modified tires. When you go out there after a modified race, you really got to pick up your feet. You cannot shuffle because it gets very sticky. But on the hot days, the oil that is in the asphalt actually does come up a little bit and makes the track just a little bit slick.
That's what makes the speedball great, though, Dave, is as we mentioned, you think you want to just trace up the bottom in 1 and 2, but that exit of turn 2, you get down the flat, you de-wedge a little bit, and that high line off of 2 really carries you into heaven's gates. And right now, you still have Windsor and Johnson slugging it out up front. They have been leaning on each other a little bit. Johnson's been kind, but I think as the laps tick down, so will his patience.
Yeah, his patience is going to run out. Now we get another try. He goes to the outside.
Lost the front end, though.
Right, and then you see Windsor pull away. We're at the halfway point. 25 down, 25 to go. Can the 297 belong to Wesley Johnson? Tucker out Chris Windsor. He's had a couple of shots at him. Windsor's had all the answers as they kind of, once again, kick up a little bit of the debris off turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, into 3. Chris Windsor from the drop of the green flag is at the lead. Couple of challenges. More coming to final 24.
Windsor started 8th in this one and made zero time to get back to the front. He led from basically lap 2 as our leader Windsor. But again, another try off the bottom side now from Johnson. Tries to get the bite. This is about the closest he's been off of turn number 2. Now he tries to pack it down to 3, but can't quite get there as we're coming now to 23 laps to go.
They had to skate by the lap car. They're going to go by another one. Then they'll get some clear air and be able to battle it out. Windsor leads the pack, the Bicentennial 1776. The 297, now that goes back to the days. Did you ever see 3 number race cars?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's something that really doesn't take place now.
Whoa, Leader almost loose.
Whoa, there we go. What did we say?
Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Leader was facing the infield coming off of turn 4. He saved it, but there is a lead change for the first time since lap 2. It is going to be Wesley Johnson to the front now.
Yeah, and Windsor now has to worry about Bouchard. Does something go wrong? We said, can something happen in these cars? They basically pick them up out of the junkyard, work on them a little bit, and race them at the speedball of these Enduros. Something had to happen to the 1776 because he was able to haul off Wesley Johnson every shot that he got.
Now he lost, now he loses second to Ducharme. You have to wonder, it throws my theory out the window if he was just driving as hard as he had to. We're looking at the tires on possibly the right rear is the corner of concern. As you can see right now, it definitely cannot drive it as hard as he was when he was leading. And now Wesley Johnson enjoys a half a straightaway lead here at the Bowl. We are at 20 laps to go, coming to 19, and our man Mikey Hellberg is huffing and puffing up there on the drivers.
We're going to have another problem very quickly. We saw some sparks underneath the 29 as he came off turn number 4, and now we see the flames start to erupt underneath.
There is definitely a spark.
A red flag. That's going to be for the 29 of Ducharme. That's our third place car. The 30 mark.
Check out the start. Windsor got a great launch. It looked like the 297 was maybe stuck in second gear.
Was he playing possum?
I wonder. I'm not sure, but it looked like they both left at the same time, but the 1776 had the torque off the bottom end, and he takes the lead.
So let's see. Chris Windsor coming back, kind of like Freddy Krueger coming back from the dead. Wow. All right, here we go.
Chris Windsor said, I didn't hear no bell. 17 laps to go, and Windsor again running the compact Enduro, 75 laps, and plus the long delay. It's got to be warm in those race cars. You got to think he's been slugging down the water just to stay hydrated. And check it out, though, on the right side.
Wesley Johnson skated around him and got that lead back. So you do have to think, although Windsor was able to get the jump and get by, there's still something wrong with that 1776 because he was able to hold him off for what, 35 of the 50 laps, then maybe with the last 20.
That and possibly a little bit of gamesmanship as well, right, on the end of Johnson there, which, it's all good fun here at the Speedball. This is our full-size Enduro, first full-size Enduro of the season, and right now it's for the inaugural winner trying to be the number 297 of Wesley Johnson, and that will be a pretty good average finish there for Team Gray, a 2.5 on the day if he can finish in this position, maybe.
Well, they have to get by that lap car. Then Mitch Bombard driving the 10
to check out Windsor, Mr. Lap Traffic.
Mr. Lap Traffic.
Once again, drawing even.
Here we go.
Johnson is going to slide it.
Allows Windsor to get up there.
I thought that car was gone in turn number 2, and a great job steering out of it, but that gives Windsor one more try to the top side, and still traffic out front. The number 10 is your third place car, but is currently almost a lap.
Yeah, Johnson is going to guard the outside now. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to go down low to make it happen. And what do we say? He can use the Bombard car as a pit.
And you have to wonder, especially if there was a right rear tire issue on the Windsor machine, you get it up on the high side, lean into the bank a little bit more, you let the car turn for you.
Also, that spin was down in turns 1 and 2. We mentioned how there was a line down there. Maybe if you hit that is maybe a little bit more fluid than we thought. I thought maybe gas or water. I feel like today that's going to dry up. And if it's something else that's a little bit more slicker, it's not. And we have 12 laps to go, 11 when they bounce across the line this time by. And anything can happen. You got Mitch Bombard in front. They're all going to go by a lap car.
It got tight off too, and again, Bombard is the third place car, so he is currently the meat in that sandwich, as Johnson says, please give me a lane, as right now, he's got Windsor on his back bumper, and check out Johnson, power sliding for 3 and 4, he saves it again, but he is currently playing with fire.
Look at Chris Windsor, he is barely chugging across the start-finish line. He may have to pull it to a stop. He's going to cut down low when we go to the grass, stays down on the infield. So Chris Windsor, who was a dominant car for what, 7/10 of this race, is barely moving in turn number 1, and second over to to Mitch Bombard. Now the 87 is third.
And heartbreaking because Windsor led half the compact feature too, and unfortunately had to start second.
So that's Kyle Corey. And what a day it is for Chris Windsor. That 1776, we have two of them expire on him.
Tough break right
Come to almost a stop. I think even I could run past it right now.
That's a bold statement, Dan. I don't know if you want to try and prove that.
Not right now in the heat. No, I do not want to try to prove that.
Unfortunate deal there for the number 1776 of Chris Windsor. That car is limping towards the access road on the back straight.
That is one tough break. So we said something had to go wrong. Something had to happen. So right now, 297, 6 laps left. We've gotten it down to 4 cars. We need to get the Monahans involved in this somehow. Critical times. Now Mitch Bombard is smoking. So maybe he's got a right front that's getting ready to expire with 5 laps left.
Attrition coming into play here, Dave.
Yes. You didn't think it was going to with that cars, did you?
Well, 50 laps is still 50 laps. It doesn't matter how many cars there are. It's still a long time to go on the speedboat. That is over 20 miles in distance. And some of these cars were pulled out of junkyards and pulled
out of the woods, out of the weeds. There goes our leader.
And they still got Bombard in the 10 car running in second place. The number 87 CT of Kyle Corey is in third. But with the number 76 and the number 11 cars, 711X in third and fourth and fifth.
Let's see, here's our leader. He can probably go get us ice cream.
Jumping cow.
He might have left on us already.
He can hop out in turn number 2, stand in line, grab an ice cream, come back in, and probably still be out front. And unfortunately, because that was a great battle with him and Chris Windsor.
So we have reached the final 2 laps of the day. The 297 closing in on a win. So the Meadows Motor Car machine goes down the backstretch. Here comes mighty Mitch Bombard. Then our third place runner is the 87. And then it's the 711X that's been able to make it all the way through. One more lap on this Speedball Sunday Spectacular. It is going to be the 297 who's going to march his way down the backstretch for the final time. Your winner in the compact Enduro is Wesley Johnson in the 297.
87 is P2, right?
He will cross the line.
The 87 is down lap. The 87 is...
And it looks like Mitch Bombard, although the 87 is in front of him. And we'll wait for timing. It's going to make that official to us.
All right, checkered flag. 97.
And that is our checkered flag. So it looks like our top 3, Wesley Johnson. There is Mitch Bombard and the 87 making up the rest of our pack.
Let's talk about that awesome 50-lap feature. Great battle was between you and Chris Windsor. Unfortunately, Windsor had to retire early. Only question I have for you is, how did you do it?
Well, I borrowed a car. It's Adam Gray's car. He says, my kid says you got to race, you're getting too old, and I came out of the woodwork, and here we are.
Anybody you'd like to thank for taking over?
I'd like to thank my boys for telling me to come. It's Adam Gray, Meadows Motors, Mark's Garage. Everybody, everyone helped out.